and girls. Today our story is from South America, another of the 7 continents. I'm going to talk about some of the tropical birds that live in the rainforest. For instance, this macaw. It's a beautiful red color, nice sharp beak, and like all parrots, it has 2 toes that go front ways and 2 toes that go back ways. They're actually kind of like claws. This is a macaw, and this is a blue parrot, very pretty. This is a toucan, also very interesting, but got a big nose, big beak. And this is my favorite because I have 2 at home. This is an African gray parrot. It has a red tail, gray feathers. All these birds are from the jungles. South America is one place where there are many parrots. And it used to be that people would go there and take these parrots out of their natural habitat and bring them over here to North America to sell as pets. They do make good pets because they live a long time, some of them up to 80 years, and some of them talk. They mimic humans' voices and make wonderful sounds, although the macaw is so loud that if you have one in your house and it starts screaming, the neighbors will probably hear it 2 or 3 blocks away, whereas one like this doesn't make quite such a loud noise. These birds are all on the endangered species list. That means that they're almost gone, and no one is allowed to take them from the jungle anymore. They're considered endangered and they're not a legal point of trade anymore. In fact, if you are caught, you could go to jail for taking these birds out of their jungle home. Now, there are quite a few in North America now, and they've been breeding here, and so the ones that they sell for pets are actually bred in North America or England or some of the European countries. So we need to take care of these creatures that God has made and preserve them on the earth. Since Noah's Ark's time, a lot of species have been lost and just not endangered but extinct. Many creatures that God made in the first days of creation are gone now because of man's overhunting or over diseasing a certain area. So we need to take care of these creatures and do our best to be guardians over the creatures that God has given us. Just remember, be kind to your fair-feathered friends.
Jesus means everything to me, and I know that's a cliche, but he really does mean everything to me. I was born in a Christian family, and growing up, my parents taught my siblings and I about Jesus, and they said that he was a protector, our creator, a provider. And as I grew older and left home, that really carried on. But a little while ago, we had a family issue, and we did everything we could. We prayed to God, of course, but we tried other humanly possible things, and the solution didn't really seem to come. And we kind of gave up, but we said, everything we've done is not really making sense. But when we left it all to God, that's when he came through for us. And so at that moment, I really learned that we have to bring it to God first. And when we do that, then he takes it from us. So as we go through life's challenges and struggles, we need to know that God is there for us, he cares for us. And he says in Matthew 11:28 that, "Come to me, all you that are weary and heavy laden, and I will give you rest." And so to me, that has helped me carry through my Christian life, and that's what Jesus means to me. He really is everything to me.
If the Mona Lisa's smile is hard to understand, then the identity of the woman who inspired it is much more so. There are many theories about who the inspiration was that led Leonardo da Vinci to paint this masterpiece. There are those who defend the theory that she was the wife of Francesco del Giocondo. Others believe her to be Caterina Sforza, the illegitimate daughter of Galeazzo Maria Sforza, Duke of Milan. Some claim to see resemblance to Isabel of Aragon. Some even propose that Leonardo da Vinci made an effeminate self-portrait. If the identity of the person portrayed in the masterpiece is obscure, the brushstrokes of the Apostle John leave no doubt as to who is being presented in the first chapter of Revelation. See the description in Revelation 1:12-16. Then I turned to see the voice that spoke with me. And having turned, I saw 7 golden lampstands. And in the midst of the 7 lampstands, one like the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the feet, and girded about the chest with a golden band. His head and hair were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes like a flame of fire. His feet were like fine brass, as if refined in a furnace, and his voice as the sound of many waters. He had in his right hand 7 stars. Out of his mouth went a sharp, 2-edged sword, and his countenance was like the sun shining in its strength. Revelation 1:12-16. Even if this description is not precisely accurate, and who knows, we also do not know who the Apostle John is depicting exactly. Yet the verses that follow help identify the character. Revelation 1:17-18. And when I saw him, I fell at his feet as dead. But he laid his right hand on me, saying to me, Do not be afraid. I am the first and the last. I am he who lives and was dead. And behold, I am alive forevermore. Amen. And I have the keys of Hades and of death. The self-description made has unmistakable characteristics. The one who is the first and the last, who was dead and lives forever and has power over death, is Jesus Christ. John, in his vision on the island of Patmos, recorded in the book of Revelation, saw none other than the glorified Christ. Now, one thing we need to bear in mind is that the book of Revelation is much more than a presentation of a vision or a collection of views about final events wherein some scenes Jesus appears. Revelation 1:1 helps define the main character of the book. The revelation of Jesus Christ. But the meaning embedded in this statement goes much further than a brief cursory reading, as Professor Daniel Wallace states in his book, Greek Grammar Beyond the Basics. The construction of the phrase, the revelation of Jesus Christ, in the original language, has at least a double meaning. The first implication is the origin of the message. Understanding it in this way, we understand that the one who gave the vision was Jesus himself. I think the Good News translation depicts this first definition well. The book is the record of the events that Jesus Christ revealed. Revelation 1:1, Good News translation. The second meaning of the phrase has to do with the content of the core itself. Thus, the book of Revelation would be about Jesus. If we were then to translate Revelation 1:1 with this second implication in mind, perhaps we would put it as follows: the revelation of the person of Jesus Christ. Simplifying things then, the book of Revelation not only had its origin in Jesus Christ, but has as its own focus the man of Nazareth. Maybe you have always thought that the responsibility of presenting Jesus was found in the Gospels. Now, I cannot deny that the 4 Gospels truly present Jesus' life here on earth, but the book that best portrays who Jesus really is, fully God and yet fully man, is the book of Revelation. In his mercy, Christ inspired this book about himself so that we could have a clearer vision of who he really is. In these last reflections of the person of Jesus Christ, I wish to take you on a journey through the book of Revelation, analyzing and reflecting on the portraits presented in the person of Jesus. You'll be surprised with Christ once again. My prayer is that you be compelled to hand your life over to Jesus permanently and completely. Pray with me. Eternal God, we're thankful that we need not speculate on who Jesus is or has ceased to be in our own minds. His Word shows us the most wonderful person that has passed through this world, Jesus Christ. Help us to be surprised daily by this gift from heaven. May each person listening to my voice give their life to Jesus Christ. It's in His name that I pray. Amen. Friend, always keep in mind that our lives gradually become brighter and more beautiful as Jesus enters our lives and we become like Him.